The only computer we work off of is the Pro computer. We get them all set through, the system weighs them in, weighs them out, prints their ticket, it does all that. They're not waiting for us to finish here so that they can leave. Whereas in the past, they're having to wait for the skilled operator to be able to finish them through. It all goes into the oneWeigh, and then we import it into our main address, and that's how we go through and do the billing and find out how many bushels have gone in and out of this elevator. There are a lot less errors. When someone calls in, it's easy to, when they say it's a 50-50 split, it's easy to click on a different name. Whereas when they're swiping the card, it's automatically popping up. So it just takes a little bit of that human error out, because you're not having to go in and find each name. It's already there. It pops up as soon as they swipe the card. Train passes the reader. There's a tag number on the car, and that gives whoever's in the loadout tower the information that they need to be able to, like how many pounds or whatever they can put in each car. And that also helps when we're billing and things like that for them. So we don't have to go through and manually write down each separate car number and walk around and check everything. It just reads it automatically and pops right into our oneWeigh screen. Pull up to the probe. There's a kiosk at the probe. There's a black box. They swipe their card. On the screen, it will give the producer's name or what elevator they're hauling in for. Some of them will come in beforehand after they've contracted bushels, and then we assign the cards and give them to them. Others will wait and they'll pull up to the kiosk for the first time. There's a phone there. They pick it up, tell us who they're hauling in for, and then by the time they come around to the inbound scale, we have their cards ready. So it's far more preference basically if they want to come in before or just wait until their first load, because we are able to manually enter in the tickets. At that time we will probe. When we are done probing, we are able to send them a message that tells them to proceed to the scale. So they just follow the road around, come to the scale. Once again, we have a kiosk here, swipe the card. The message board tells them what pit to go to. When they pass through this second scale, once they swipe their card, it gives the guys that are down in the pit area, lets them know what their moisture is, so that by the time the truck gets to the pit, they can have all the conveyors set up and all the gates open, so they know exactly what bin or where they're putting the grain, so they know the moisture before. So we aren't having to call down there every load and tell them where it's at. They can just see it right there. After they see that, they proceed to the pit, dump their truck, pull straight through, go to the outbound scale, swipe the card again, automatically weighs them out and prints their ticket. It will print their name, their inbound and outbound weight, their gross weight, gross bushels, net bushels, moisture, test weight, all of the information for their books so they know what they're yielding in the fields. And that's what they use for their reference from what we send them. So the system follows the trucker through instead of you having to follow them through. And then they pull off the scale and they're good to go. We'll have 2 trucks in line. They're like, we're still getting out of here twice as fast as we are any other elevator. We can probe 5 trucks in a row and we're not having to stop to land. They're getting weighed through automatically. So it's a lot faster and it's less, just less running back and forth to do what you have to do. As big as we are, if we didn't have this system, we would have to have 2 people out here all the time. You couldn't go through and keep the lines down like we are with one person if you didn't have the automation system.